This is the Focus Shift podcast, your best listening experience for creating your best online business. We'll focus on topics that help you get discovered. So sit back, listen, take notes if you like, and get excited about growing your business.
Okay, let's unpack this. We have all been there.
Oh, yeah.
You have a great idea, a new business, maybe a side hustle, or you just want to get your portfolio online, finally. And you're excited, you have the vision, and then you hit the wall. The website.
The dreaded digital storefront. It really is the gatekeeper of the modern economy.
It is, and it feels like this total no-win situation, doesn't it?
It really does.
You've got like 3 terrible options. Option 1, you learn to code. Which, let's be honest, unless you have 6 months of free time to learn HTML, CSS, it's just not happening.
And even if you do, that first attempt is probably going to look like something from, 1998?
Totally. So, option 2. You hire someone. You find a developer, an agency, and suddenly you are looking at a quote for thousands of dollars that, let's be real, you probably don't have.
Right. It's a huge risk before you've even made a single dollar.
Precisely. So you end up at option 3, the DIY route. You're wrestling with one of those, drag and drop builders. They promise it's easy, but 20 hours later, you're crying over a text box that will not align.
And the mobile version is just a complete disaster. It's that classic project management dilemma. Fast, cheap, or good. You're always told to pick 2.
Right.
But today, we're looking at something that, it claims you can have all 3.
And that is the mission for today's deep dive. We're looking at a stack of sources about PhotoBiz and their new AI website creator. We've got a blog post from their growth hub called The Speed of Building a Website from January 2026.
And to keep things honest, because we don't just take marketing copy at face value here, we also have a transcript of a real-time, unedited YouTube demo.
Oh, this is the good stuff.
Yeah, it features a professional photographer, Jenn Lewis, actually using the tool live. No cuts, no editing, just the real deal.
And what we're trying to figure out is pretty specific. We want to know if this is just another template generator or if it really lives up to this promise of building a full, optimized website in under 20 minutes.
Because that is the claim. A full site. Done. Well, you go get a coffee.
It sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? But before we get to the how, we need to look at the why. That PhotoBiz blog post lays out a really interesting argument about the internet right now.
Yeah, they use this phrase that really stuck with me. The social media trap.
Yes.
And this is such a crucial piece of context. If you think back to, say, the early 2010s, social media was the shortcut. The advice was literally, you don't need a website, just start an Instagram page.
That was your entire portfolio. It was free, it was fast, and the reach felt organic.
Exactly. But the source material here argues that approach is basically dead, or at least it's very dangerous now. We've all seen it. The algorithms change overnight.
You don't own that audience.
Not at all. It's like building a mansion on rented land.
That is the perfect analogy. The landlord, whether it's an algorithm or a CEO, can just evict you whenever they want.
And if the algorithm decides you're invisible today, you are invisible. Your business effectively closes its doors. The blog makes the point that website is the one place on the internet you fully own. It's your digital real estate. You make the rules.
So, okay, we need the website, but that brings us right back to the friction. The blog calls it the time tax. I hadn't heard that term before, but the stats they pulled were validating for anyone who struggled with this.
It's painful data. They found that beginners, people building their first site, spend on average 10 to 20 hours just getting it live.
Ooh, 20 hours, that is half a work week.
Yeah, if you're doing that on nights and weekends, that's like a month of your life gone.
Wow.
And even experienced users, people who know their way around a CMS, spend 5 to 10 hours. And here's the problem, according to PhotoBiz. Most builders are misleading you.
Misleading how?
Well, they claim to be fast. They shout, build a site in minutes, but they only automate the very first step. You pick a template, and then what?
Oh, I have fallen for this so many times. You pick the beautiful template, you feel great for like 30 seconds.
Yep.
And then you open the editor, and it's just full of lorem ipsum and stock photos of people high-fiving in a boardroom.
Precisely, and that's where the time tax kicks in.
Yeah.
You still have to write every headline, find every image, crop everything. The tool automates the start, but it completely abandons you in the middle.
It's like buying a house and realizing it has no furniture, no paint, and no wiring.
Exactly. And the promise of this new PhotoBiz AI tool is that it doesn't just simulate progress. And this is a direct quote, It finishes the job.
Okay, so that's the setup. Let's see if they can actually back it up. We've got this transcript of the live demo with Jenn Lewis. What's her deal? Is she some kind of tech wizard?
Not at all, actually. She is a professional photographer in Clemens, North Carolina. And here's a key detail.
Yeah.
She already has a website that she loves.
Oh, so she's not desperate.
Not at all. She's testing this to see if it really works. She's coming in skeptical.
Okay, so the demo starts. She logs in. Step 1 is template selection. She says she likes big images, which makes sense for a photographer, so she picks one. That takes, what, a minute?
Maybe a minute.
Then comes step 2, and this is where I really sat up. The visual upload.
This is the differentiator. Jeremy, the rep from PhotoBiz, tells her to upload her own images. Not later. Right now.
And she uploads 32 high school senior portraits.
And I want to pause on that number 32. It's not 1 or 2 headshots. It's a full portfolio. The system needs that data.
It's not just storing them.
No, the AI is going to use these specific images to construct the site. This solves that lorem ipsum problem we just talked about.
Completely. That blank page syndrome is what kills most DIY projects.
It is. You stare at the empty box and just don't know what to put in it. By uploading her own images up front, the tool isn't just building a website, it's building her website. It's populating galleries and hero images with her actual work from the get-go.
So she uploads the photos. Step 3 is the business profile. Standard stuff. Name, location. She puts in high school senior portraits, but then she has to choose a brand voice.
This is fascinating. It's not just generating text, it's generating a specific tone. In the demo, Jenn debates a bit. She looks at fun and playful, but settles on friendly and casual.
Does that choice actually matter, or is it just a placebo button?
Oh, it definitely matters. If she'd picked luxury, the AI would use different vocabulary, different sentence structures. Friendly and casual tells the language model to use contractions, simpler words, be more welcoming.
So she fills all that out, and then she hits what the rep calls the magic button.
And then they wait.
They literally just wait. Jeremy says, go get a coffee, check your email. He says it takes about 10 to 12 minutes.
And I want to pause on that wait time. In a world of instant gratification, 12 minutes might seem long. But you have to think about what is happening in the background.
Right.
Jeremy makes this really insightful comment. He says the user shifts from being a website builder to a website editor.
I liked that distinction a lot.
It's profound. The anxiety of where do I even start is gone. The mental load of being a builder is heavy. You have to make 1,000 tiny decisions.
Oh yeah, decision fatigue is so real. By the time you pick a font, you're too tired to write the content.
Exactly. But an editor, that's a much easier job. You're looking at something that's already finished. You just have to say, I like this, or, let's change that one thing. The AI creates the finish line for you.
So the 12 minutes pass, the site goes live, and Jenn's reaction was pretty immediate.
She said, absolutely stunning.
Yeah, and she said something else that I thought was really telling. She said if she had done it herself, it would look homemade.
Yes. She says, I'm a photographer, not a graphic designer. I know what looks good. I just don't know how to build it.
And that resonates with so many creative people. We have the taste, but not always the technical skill.
Exactly. But let's look under the hood. Because a pretty website is nice, but if nobody can find it, it's basically a digital paperweight. This is where the deep dive gets really interesting for me.
You're talking about the invisible stuff, SEO.
SEO. Search engine optimization, the bane of every creative's existence. In the demo, Jeremy tells Jenn to click on the SEO tab.
And what did they find?
It was done. All of it. The AI didn't just write a generic description for the homepage. It wrote unique metadata for every single page based on her business profile.
That is huge.
But it gets better. They looked at the portfolio. You know how you're supposed to write alt text for images so Google knows what they are?
And nobody ever does it because it's so tedious. You have to open every single image and type girl in red dress smiling.
Right. Well, it's crucial for accessibility and for Google Images ranking. In the demo, the AI analyzed those 32 photos she uploaded and wrote descriptive alt text for all of them automatically.
Wait, it looked at the photo and actually described it?
Yes. It saw a senior portrait and described it as a senior portrait. That's hours of mundane data entry. Just gone.
That is wild. Okay, so the technical back end is handled. What about the actual writing, the About Me section that everyone agonizes over?
The AI wrote that too, using that friendly and casual voice she picked. But here's the cool part. She's reading it, and she likes it, but she finds a feature called Ask PhotoBiz AI.
It's this little pink button, right?
It is. And Jeremy explains that you can type a rough draft, just messy bullet points, whatever, and hit that button. The AI then polishes it to match the rest of the site's tone.
And Jen admitted the AI's version sounded better than hers.
It's that editor role again. You provide the raw material, the AI provides the polish. You never have to face the blank page.
I want to talk about layout, though, because usually with these AI tools, what you see is what you get. If the AI puts a picture on the left, it's staying on the left.
Right, that's the rigidity of templates. You sacrifice control for speed.
But Jen had a specific preference. She likes a pinboard-style gallery where the vertical and horizontal images all fit together.
Masonry style. It's very popular for photographers.
And she asks if she can change it. And I'm expecting Jeremy to say, well, you need to go into the advanced settings.
But he didn't. He just shows her a toggle in the top right corner of that block. She clicks it, and boom, the layout shifts instantly. No deep menus, no code, just a toggle.
That flexibility is key. It kind of answers the skeptic who says, well, won't all the AI sites look the same? The demo shows the AI builds the foundation, but the customization happens in seconds.
It allows for uniqueness without the labor of building from scratch.
So let's talk about the final verdict. Jen looks at the clock. The whole process, from hello to a published website, took about 15 to 20 minutes.
A coffee break.
She literally says that. This fits into a coffee break. But then she brought up another point I hadn't even thought of. Maintenance.
Oh, this is critical. This is the long-term value.
She mentioned Google loves fresh content, but updating her portfolio was such a chore that she almost never did it.
It's the friction. If updating your portfolio takes 2 hours of resizing images and writing alt text, you do it once a year. If it takes 5 minutes, you do it after every shoot.
She said exactly that. She plans to update it every couple of shoots now.
And that has a compounding effect on SEO. A stagnant site sinks in the rankings. A living, breathing site rises. So this tool isn't just saving time on the initial build, it's changing the whole marketing strategy.
They also touched on blogging, which Jen admitted she neglects.
I think everyone neglects their blog. It's the first thing to go when you get busy.
But Jeremy pointed out the AI can assist there, too. She saw that Ask PhotoBiz AI button and had this light bulb moment that she could just input the basics of a shoot and it would generate the post.
Again, it's about removing that time tax. The blog post source we looked at really emphasized that. It's not just about saving beginners 20 hours. For a pro like Jen, the mental load of I should blog is heavy. Offload that to AI, and you can just focus on being a photographer.
Which was the expert analysis at the end of the demo, wasn't it? It's not about replacing the human eye. Jen still tweaked the gallery. She still chose the photos. It's about productivity.
Precisely. It's moving from assisting, where a tool helps you do a task, to completing, where the tool just does the task for you.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've gone from a blank screen to a fully optimized website in under 30 minutes.
I think the big takeaway here is the democratization of professionalism.
That's a big concept. Unpack that a little.
Well, think about 5 years ago. If you saw a stunning, perfectly optimized website, you knew that business had a budget. They hired a developer, a copywriter, an SEO person.
No, he was a signal of resources.
Now, a solo entrepreneur in North Carolina can produce that same quality of digital footprint in 15 minutes between client meetings.
It just levels the playing field. You can't really outspend the competition on web design anymore because the baseline is now perfect and instant.
Completely. The time tax is effectively gone. The goal is to let business owners own their platform again without the penalty of losing weeks of their life to build it.
It's pretty incredible when you step back and think about it. We're looking at a future where I don't have time to build a website just isn't a valid excuse.
It's not. And frankly, relying on social media because it's easier isn't a great argument either. If a website is now easier than editing a reel, and let's be honest, editing video is hard, then the whole calculation changes.
So here's where it gets really interesting, and this is the thing I want you to really chew on. If the technical barrier is gone, if everyone can have a perfect website in 15 minutes,
That's the multi-million-dollar question, isn't it?
what happens next?
Well, this raises a fascinating provocation. If the website itself, the structure, the SEO, the layout, is now a commodity that takes 15 minutes to acquire, how do you differentiate?
Yeah. If good enough is now instant, how do you stand out?
Exactly. When the technical barrier drops, the creative barrier rises. If everyone has a polished site, the competition shifts entirely to the quality of your work, your unique voice, your brand story. The AI can build the stage. It can hang the lights and open the curtains, but it cannot perform the play.
I love that. The stage is built, but you still have to put on the show.
And now you have no excuse not to, because you didn't spend 20 hours building the stage with a hammer and nails. You have all that energy left for the art.
That is a lot to think about. Whether you're a photographer like Jen or just someone with an idea you've been sitting on, the barrier to entry just got a whole lot lower.
It did. The only thing left to do is click the button.
Thanks for diving in with us today. It's been a fascinating look at how PhotoBiz is changing the game. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
The Focus Shift podcast is presented by PhotoBiz, the best website solution for photographers. Whether you're launching your site or scaling your online business, PhotoBiz has your back. To get started for free, visit photobiz.com today.